bro, we like to kind of just tell our stories and our truth on how we took adversity and turned adversity into achievement. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the goal is to be successful, to have successful outcomes in everything that we do.
Right.
So I want to kind of just get into your background, you know what I'm saying, just your story and your history, as it relates to where you started from,
right,
and how you ended up to the place that you at today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So give me a little bit of that.
Well, you know, man, it was just, you know what I'm saying, you know, first off, man, you know, for starters, man, thank you for having me, brother. You know, you're my dog, man, you're my friend. You know what I mean? And more importantly, you're my brother, so I appreciate you having me on and giving me the opportunity to be on your platform. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we go way back, and you know you know where all the skeletons are buried at. So you know, it's an honor and a pleasure, man. But just, you know, we both, you know, we have similar backgrounds, man. Mine's a little different because I had two-parent household, man. You know, rest in peace, you know, Gussie and James Tucker. But you know, I had two-family household, man. We grew up in, you know, somewhat substandard conditions. You know, my mother and father were, you know, were hard-working blue-collar people. You know, and they were not college graduates. And we grew up in the area, man. Columbia, South Carolina, man, stand up. You know what I'm saying? We grew up in the area, man, where college and let's say being highly successful just wasn't prevalent. You know what I'm saying? And we thought that, you know, being a trash man was like that's successful. You know what I'm saying? And we thought that being a king, you know, being a real king meant that, you know, meant you was a kingpin.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I thought a king was, man. Somebody selling drugs, man, got all these cars and gold chains and stuff like that. But I had no idea that a man taking care of his family, right? You know, a man working a regular job, 9 to 5, man, coming home, right, taking care of his kids, man. That's the true definition of what a king is.
Absolutely.
We were not taught that. You see what I'm saying? So I grew up in that environment, man. I grew up, man, with a huge speech impediment, you know what I'm saying? Growing up, man, like, you know, middle school, you know, people used to laugh at me, you know, joke at me, all stuff. And I started, right? So then I started playing sports. Right. Then the doggone joke stopped, right? Nobody laughed at me. So I thought that I had to, you know, kind of show out, right? You know, somewhat misbehave just to fit in with the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Just so I can be accepted. Like, you know, I'm not trying to be the smart guy here because you guys are catching hell over there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? I ain't trying to get picked at and bullied. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Talk back to the teacher. I'm hard, y'all. Trust me. I'm hard out here in these streets, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me walk home in peace. You know what I'm saying? So that's the environment we grew up in. You kind of had to pick sides a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And when I got in high school, you know, sports became my life. Yeah. You know, shoot, man, football and basketball became my life. But nobody told me, hey, you need grades to go to college. You know what I'm saying? Or you got, you know, nobody told me that you have to take, you know, you got to take, you know, what is the SAT, ACT. Nobody told me that stuff. They was like, oh man, you good in basketball, you good in sports, you good, right? The teachers, literally, dog, the teachers, man, let me sleep in class. You know what I'm saying? And it got to my senior year in high school, right, where I'm voted most popular, right, best dressed, right? Like the whole city of Columbia knows me, right? But I got a 1.3 GPA. You know what I'm saying? And these colleges are coming to my mom's house. Well, you know, my parents' house. And they're saying, son, we love you. We love your tape. We love your potential. But we have to go see if you qualify to get in our school. And I'm like, shoot, I qualify because I'm good, bro.
Right.
Like, what are you saying to me? But you know what I mean? So when they would leave my house, I would never hear from them again, bro. Like, never hear from them again. You know, so I thought it was the cookies my mom made. Like, did you trash the cookies? You know what I'm saying? Like, every time they come and eat your cookies, they never come back.
Did you poison them?
Yeah, did you poison these people? Do they have diarrhea or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my mindset. Like, me and mom gotta have a talk. Like, chill out with the cookies. Like, you running folk off. So I had no idea that they were going to my guidance counselor's office, right, and seeing how horrible a student I was. Like, a 1.3 GPA. Why are you in school? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they don't know that, right? That, that I had 9 friends in the doggone 9th grade, where none of them went to the 10th grade. You know what I'm saying? They don't know that in my guidance counselors, within their office, nobody had college brochures. They don't know that because nobody. Listen, dog. When I was a junior, nobody from my senior year, nobody from my senior class went to college.
Nobody went to college.
Nobody went to college, bro.
That's crazy.
Nobody. So I'm thinking like, my mom and dad good. They paying bills. I mean, we good. We all right. Like we ain't rich, but we like we ain't like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We we ain't struggling. Yeah, we all right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dad got an honest job. Mom working 2 jobs to make ends meet. We all right. We good.
Sure.
So I'm thinking, boom, why college? But then, of course, just like me and you, we're a victim of watching TV.
Yep.
So much like you see the Miami Hurricanes on TV, right? You see the North Carolina Tar Heels on TV, right?
Absolutely.
You see the South Carolina Gamecocks. You see all these schools. You're like, that's where I'm going.
Exactly.
Nobody saying, you gotta have a 3.0 this. You gotta take the ACT. You gotta do all this. Nobody telling me that. So my
skip over the process. Everybody tell you the process.
I got bamboozled. Right? Bamboozled.
Right.
They didn't tell me that I was the #1 draft pick for the doggone janitorial service. Nobody told me that. I was gonna be the #1 draft pick. Right. So my senior year, here I am looking like, dang, what am I doing here? Right. And everybody like, man, you got 1.3 GPA, which was normal. That's the crazy part. That was normal. Nobody was looking at me crazy. Nobody was disappointed in me because that was the norm where I'm from. You see what I'm saying? Nobody said, man, you could have been this, or man, you could have been this. They were like, shoot, man, where you working at, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's like, dang, like that's the mindset. And we know you become like what you exposed to is key.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what you like, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't know what you could be when you don't see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and sometimes, like, you could be a victim of what you don't see. You know what I mean? And we ain't see a lot of people going to college where I'm from.
Absolutely.
So when you have limited vision, you have limited thinking. You know what I'm saying? So you thinking like, my partner them, right? They work for the trash company and they driving Cadillacs.
That's good enough.
We're going to get an application. We're going to get an application. They driving Cadillacs. To get that.
Right.
Application. But so I got a job, man. Working for Dorchbrook High School, man. Right out of school, man. Working for Dorchbrook High School, man. I was a janitor, man. I was janitor for like 3 years, man. Which I was cool with. But I knew that I always wanted to go to college. Don't get me wrong. So we would literally drive around Benedict College just to see people going to class, like just literally just to see black men going to class like with book bags on, like literally like book bags on. So we like, shoot, dog. Hey, man, hey, I really want to go to college, but that just ain't my lifestyle. Like, that might not be for me. So I always wanted to go to college, and I always kept that in my head. But nobody told me that I can go to college. You know what I mean? Because because my 10th grade year, my guidance counselor told me that, well, me and my mom, when we was in her office, that your son is not college material.
Wow.
So she's a professional, right?
Wow.
So she knows more than me and my mom. My mom's a secretary by day, right? And my mom's a janitor by night. Like, she's a professional. Like, she knows more than me and my mom. So I'm thinking, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I didn't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
So I'm thinking like, well, she know I ain't college material, so maybe she right? So I'm a janitor, right? I'm making like $11 an hour, right? I'm working for a temp service, so you get paid every week, right? You're making like $500-$600 a week. You get to go and buy your Jordans, your polo shirts, and all this stuff. You feeling good about life.
Right.
You still staying at home with mom and dad, so you ain't got no rent to pay or nothing.
You ain't living real life.
Right. There's no social media, so you ain't got a front for nobody. Right. So you kind of winning on the low. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody know where you work at. They just know that you fresh and clean. You know what I'm saying? So, so I had a guy, man, the principal, was a black guy named Dr. Witt. Now, Dr. Witt was the first black guy that I encountered in my life that was tall, well-dressed, and well-spoken, but cool as all get out, bro. Like, he was real cool. He was real laid-back, man. And one day I'm outside, me and my guy Frank, man. And me and Frank, we outside having lunch, right? We had just left Burger King. We outside, we tanning waffles up. We tanning waffles up. And Dr. Witt comes and says, Mr. Tucker, come to my office real quick. So I'm looking at Frank like, Frank, man, what you done got us in trouble to do, man? God dang, man. I ain't got good in my waffle yet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had my waffle yet, dog. So he called me in the office and he said, bro, let me ask you a question, Mr. Tucker. He said, what are you doing here? So I said, this is my shift, bro. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean? It's my
what
shift.
You talking about?
Yeah, I was like, damn, man, Frank, he didn't call us smoking or something, man. We got in trouble. So he said, no, Mr. Tucker. Like, what are you doing here? Like you a young, intelligent black man, and you have good character. Like, these teachers love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you my lead janitor? Like, what are you doing here? Why aren't you in college? And my response to him was, well, my guidance counselor told me that I was not college material. No school wanted me for sports. Y'all paying $11 an hour. I'm good.
I'm winning right now.
Yeah, I'm winning right now. Don't stop my hustle. Don't stop my hustle, dog.
Right.
Let me be average.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't try to bring this greatness out of me. You feel me?
Right.
Let me be average. And he said,
limited
no.
thinking. Yeah.
Limited thinking. He said, no, because let me tell you why you're college material. Because he said, every time we talk to you, you're saying, no, sir, yes, sir, or no, ma'am, or no, ma'am. And you come to work on time. And you never leave until the job is done. And these teachers, they love you. Like, they always compliment your, your demeanor. You know what I mean? Yeah. Your character. Yeah. He said, that makes you college material. So I'm looking at him like, what you trying to get to, man? You trying to give me some more money or something? You know what I'm saying? What's popping? So he said, nah, we're going to try to get you in school. So I said, school. I started sweating, my hands started sweating. I said, oh man, I don't know about that. Wait a minute. Now, I just went to school all my life and I struggled. Okay. So I don't know if going to college is the best thing for me. He said, I'm telling you, man, you got what it takes. You can go to college. So the man got on the phone, man, and he called a young lady. And unbeknownst to him, that young lady that he called was my aunt. He had no idea that was my aunt. He called my aunt who she was the dean of students for South Carolina State University.
Okay.
And he called and said, hey, I got a young man in here that I really want to try to get, that I really want to try to get in school. And she's like, what's his name? I'll look him up, whatever. He said his name is Terrance Tucker. She said, Terrance Tucker? She said, is his head big? He said his head is kind of big. Now that you mentioned it, she said, that's my nephew. He said his eyes big. Yeah. He said his eyes kind of big. He said, no, look at him. His eyes is kind of big. I said, look here. The disrespect don't stop. Okay? The disrespect is don't stop in my face. Okay? Now I know I can smell like, I might smell like a trash can in a toilet, but you ain't gonna disrespect me in my face. Okay? Now that's but what I'm saying, for my kids, man, for my kids, what I always tell them, it does not matter what level you on, you always have to display good character.
Absolutely.
Because you never know who's watching you. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You never know who's watching me. That man had been watching me for 3 years, bro. 3 years, and I never disappointed him. Wow, nobody was watching.
Right.
I never disappointed him. So my aunt, man, she called me. She said, do you want to come to South Carolina State? And I was like, man, auntie, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm scared about that, man. I don't know about that. And she was like, look, listen, man, you got it in you, but you got to want it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you got to want it. And what we don't realize sometimes, Wood, is that greatness that God has for you will make you uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
It's gonna take you out your comfort zone.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we have so many people that run from that comfort. You know what I'm saying? Like mm-hmm. they run from being uncomfortable because they're afraid of it. And so my good friend, man, Stephen Kaufman, man, I never forget it, man. Man, Stephen Kaufman, right? Kaufman. Now I went to his house and I was like, man, my aunt, man, they trying to get me in school, dog. I don't know about this thing, dog. Man, I don't know. Man, they tripping. They trying to get me in school. And my good friend Steve, man, worked for a plant, right? Man, working 7 days a week, right? Hard labor work. And he looked at me with one of the most serious faces that I've ever seen him make. Besides when he had diarrhea. I know, but he had a serious look like. So I was like, what's up, Steve? He said, dog, your people trying to get you in college, man, you tripping?
Right.
You trying to work these 7 days a week like me, bro? Like, right, bro, you got an opportunity, bro. Like, you tripping, man. Like your life can change about this, bro. Like, bro, man, if you don't go to college, man, you can't come around here no more, bro. Like, he told me that, dog, with a straight face. You know what I mean? Because he said, Tuck, man, you always had it in you, bro. Like you always had it in you. You just hung with the wrong people. So I called my aunt, man. I called my aunt, man, and she was like, "Okay, listen. Now let me throw this disclaimer out there because people be snitching, okay?
Right.
Folk be on CNN, man, whistleblowing like hell out here in these streets. Listen.
Exactly.
I don't know how my aunt got me in South Carolina State. Listen, I don't know. Okay? It's a mystery. Because I shouldn't have been in South Carolina State with no 1.3 GPA. I'm not even gonna say my aunt's name. I'm not gonna say that name because y'all be snitching, and y'all gonna have my aunt. Y'all gonna have my aunt on CNN. Second last, they gonna lose money again. And we gonna go to a deep hole. Okay.
Stupid boy.
I'm not doing this with y'all. Okay. But my aunt got me in school. Now,
right.
When I got there, Wood, the transfer specialist was like, listen, we love your aunt and we admire your aunt, and that's the only reason why you're here, because you shouldn't be here. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the fact that she stuck a neck out for you, we're gonna be watching you. Mm-hmm. So he said, number one, you can't stay on campus. I said, what? I can't stay on campus. He said, no, you can't stay on campus because you're on probation. Now, like, you coming in on probation, right? He said, number two, you have to work for the cafeteria for free for the whole year. No. I said, dog, you gonna make me work it. Dog, you gonna make me watch this in front of my peers? You gonna make me wear an apron and wash dishes and change the trash, dump the ice, wipe down the tables, change the food when it get low, in front of my peers, in front of these girls? This is torture. This is torture. Right. Okay? But, like I tell my young men, what are you willing to sacrifice?
You gotta sacrifice something.
For what you want. Like,
absolutely.
Don't tell me what you want until you are willing to tell me what are you willing to sacrifice to get it. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I was telling dude, dog, it's nothing. What else you got for me? Because I ain't going back to being a janitor. Mm-mm. So what else? Then I saw them girls walk past this cafeteria just now. Bro.
I come in every day.
Bro, I ain't going back. What? Listen, signed and sealed. You got my body and soul in front of you.
You got everything.
Hang me on the cross. I'm not going nowhere, right? And the dude was like, listen. He said, listen, man. Number three, if you don't get a 2.5 your first semester here, we're going to take that semester's tuition from your aunt's salary. Oh. So I was, now, listen, man, some of your listeners may be rich. I don't know. I mean, because you in Atlanta, like, that's Black Hollywood up there.
Right.
So $10,000 may not be a lot of money to them, but where I'm from, $10 is a lot of money to me. So $10,000 because of what you failed to do. Because see, people don't realize, like, your kids may not realize, you know what I'm saying, how much money you sacrifice for their happiness. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? People don't realize what people have, you know what I'm saying, have to go through just to set you up for the future. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And my aunt stuck her neck out for me, not knowing what I was going to do. Right. Just for her love of me, saying that I believe you and I trust you. Mm-hmm. So from that point, man, I changed my whole life, bro. The best thing I did, man, was start hanging around guys that cared about their future, right? Absolutely. So I cut, you know what I'm saying, ties with some of my friends back home. That's not like literally, man. You was in my department, you know what I mean? So now I started hanging around guys who were doing their homework, man, right? Going to class on time, right? Like, just monitoring their behavior, like, because, you know what I'm saying, hang around guys like you, you know what I'm saying, big cousin, little cousins, you know what I'm saying, just guys who cared about their future, but y'all still were cool. Right. See, that's the caveat to it, because see, you know what I'm saying, where I'm from, you couldn't be cool and smart. Yeah. But when I got there and met you guys, I'm thinking like, man, these dudes cool as hell. Right. But they ain't going to class. Like, we doing what we're supposed to do. Yeah, like, they doing what they supposed to do. That run up on that literally changed my life. You know what I mean? Man. So from that point on, man, I got a 2.0 2009, my first semester there, man. You know what I'm saying? Just literally, man, grinding and hustling, man, and staying disciplined, right? You know, shoot, man, staying committed to my mission because I didn't want to let my aunt down and my mom. You know, I just didn't want to let her down by letting her sister down. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And from there, man, I went on. Graduated, man, college, man, with a 3.5 GPA.
School.
You know what I'm saying? Went to grad school, got a scholarship to go to, you know what I'm saying, to go to grad school, right?
Absolutely.
Got scholarship here, man, 2007. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Dr. Staten.
Dr. Staten, D-Staten.
You know what I'm
saying? Yes, sir.
I got a job in Washington, D.C., you know what I mean, that I ain't even apply for.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
so
it's all blessings, yeah.
It's all blessings, man. So, you know what I mean? So, from there, man, I came home, man, you know, because I asked God, you know, years ago, help me give back. You know what I'm saying? Help me, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, build a bridge for those young men who were told the same thing I was told. So, that's what the Tuck Project is all about.
First of all, that your story is amazing, bro. Like, and it's crazy because just being able to take like the adversity and to be in an environment that you was in that basically nobody's success looked totally different for those people that was in that environment,
right?
And you was able to kind of come out of that. You know what I'm saying? Thankful, you know, God bless your parents, man. They raised a hell of a young man.
Thank you.
You know, what's done in the dark eventually come out to the light. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have the foresight right then to be able to know, okay, well, these are the steps to get to where I'm trying to get to or where I want to get to because of what the norm can do.
Right.
You know,
right.
And unfortunately, bro, that's the issue with the majority of our community and these young people, man. It's like, you know, and I'm always saying, like, hurt people, not in the sense of physically hurt. Well, not in the sense of physically hurting people, but it's just like, you know, if they don't have the knowledge, you know what I'm saying, they can't pass it on. And that's hindering people to be able to get to the next stage of life. You know, and so that's the part that's most difficult for people. So that's like, even with the platform of Adversity University, it's the purpose. Like, you know, people like you giving your story. And that's a hell of a testimony, and people need to hear that because there's young men right now that's going through the same exact thing, not knowing what to do. You know, and it's like we got all this information inside of us. We got the knowledge now. You know, I always say, you know, knowledge is power, but shared knowledge is more powerful because that information spreads. You know, so as that information spreads, then it's going to continue to let people know, okay, you can be more than just, you know, what's around you. You know, because when you come from an environment, we think that, you know, our ceiling it ain't but so far.
Exactly.
Because that's all we see. I definitely believe that, you know, like what you see is what you believe you can be.
Fact.
You understand what I'm saying? Like what you see is what you believe you can be. So we got to start exposing these young people to different opportunities, just different things so that they can have options, you know.
Exactly.
So that their thinking is not limited. They got a more broad view as to what they can be. You know what I'm saying? So, but I want to, so we talk about the Tuck Project, you know, together is the Tuck Project stands for Together Uplifting Community Kids, right?
Right.
So I was going to ask you, like, what led you to, you know, speaking and working with you for obviously your story, just explain all of that because you want to give back and bridge that gap from that limited thinking to a more broad thinking so that you can understand that you can be more successful.
Right.
So on this segment, this part, you know, see better to be better, right?
Right.
I mean, like I say, you know, what you see is what you believe you could be.
That's
like,
true.
What can you tell? What advice can you give to parents? Because you know, a lot of, unfortunately, man, a lot of us young men and young women, they come from a single parent household who, you know, that it's unfortunate, but their thinking is limited because of lack of resources and just the lack of knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what advice would you give to, you know, those parents, single parents, or even just parents, you know, in general, In terms of exposing their kids to different opportunities and different, mentorship, like the Tuck Project. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you encourage? What information can you give them and encourage them to pass on to their kids?
Oh, that's easy. Expose your kids to as much as possible.
Sure.
Even if they don't like it. Even if they don't want to do it. Listen, my mother, man, when I was 5 years old, my mother had me running track, bro. When I was 5 years old, man, my mother had me driving to doggone Raleigh, North Carolina, going here, right? We playing soccer. We playing soccer in the hood, like.
Yeah.
Who does that, right? But right, like you didn't know what, this ain't even on TV, But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like my mother, man, she exposed me to so much growing up that I saw so much that I knew this world was bigger, but I just didn't know how to get to it when I became a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But it made my wheels turn. Like, man, it's something out there, right? Similar to watching the doggone Wizard of Oz, right? Like, we in the jungle right now. It's lion, tigers, and bears. But I know it's something out there for us. If we can just get down this doggone yellow brick road, it's something out there. But I need somebody to give me a heart.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I need somebody to give me some courage. You know what I mean? I need somebody to just literally show me how to get there, because I know it's out there. Why? Because my mom exposed me to it. You see what I'm saying? And that's why exposure is so key. My mother had me in Upward Bound, right, on Saturdays, man, South Carolina University. When I just did not want to go. Like,
right.
These kids in here are corny, they whack. Like, I don't want to be here. But then there was a man named Robert Reese, right? And Robert Reese walked in the room, right? Robert Reese is one of my mentors right now to this day. Robert Reese walked in the room with a big box full of hearty sausage biscuits. Okay, and some orange juice. And he said, everybody, every morning they come, is gonna get these sausage biscuits and these orange juice. And yeah, you're gonna get $20 every Saturday you come. This starting to get a little interesting. You know what I'm saying? Mom ain't gotta wake me up no more.
Right, okay? I'm there. First quarter.
I'm kind of looking around the room, everybody looking a little different. You know? But the sausage business and that orange juice with the $20 every Saturday, I'm coming. I'm on time. You see what I'm saying? But that exposed me to people who were literally determined to go to college, man. You know what I'm saying? Every Saturday, you know what I'm saying, man? Bro, we were going on college campuses. We were going to Winthrop, right? UNC Charlotte, right? Benedict, right? South Carolina State, right? Claflin. So I'm seeing this stuff, and I'm like, God, dog, like, how can I get up here? You know what I'm saying? But when I go back to my environment, my thinking is strong. Yeah. Because nobody in my neighborhood is like, man, we ain't doing all that. So I'm trying to fit in where I'm at. You see what I'm saying? Right. Say, that's why I'm gonna tell these parents, expose your kids to as much as possible and make sure that they are surrounded by kids and by mentors who want more for them. You know what I mean? Who are doing more. It's not about you anymore.
Absolutely.
Okay? Stop trying to live vicariously through your kids.
Absolutely.
Okay? Because some of these kids, some of these parents, You know, if your son don't want to play football, he's a failure to you. I mean,
right.
if he don't want to hoop, he's a failure, right? If he want to join the doggone beta club, he's soft.
Right, exactly.
He's a softie.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta change that thinking, man.
Guess what? I'd rather my son be a softie than.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? If he in a beta club, 4.0 GPA, doing all this kind of dirt, I'd rather him be a softie. Because you know why? You come holler at me.
Yep.
Come holler at me. My son can be soft. You have a problem with him, come holler at your boy.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean? And then you can talk it out. You feel what I'm saying? Because we gotta make sure that we set our kids up for greatness. It's not about what you do in high school, man. It's about what you do when you become a man. These CEOs, business owners, right? These change agents, right? They weren't popular in high school or the man in high school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they stuck to the script. You know what I'm saying? There are not many guys like me and you would that were real cool in high school, and yet we're still cool now. Right. But we went through our struggles.
Absolutely.
We went through our struggles. Down. Yeah. We had to make some pit stops. Listen, boy, we got to get it together, bro. We're tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Came up to that fork in the road a couple times.
Yeah, exactly. But there are some people who were exposed to more, so they knew how to, let's say, govern themselves, and they had a moral compass that kind of helped them navigate through those rough years. You know what I mean? So that's what the Tuck Project is, man. We try to expose these kids to more because that's what I see help me out. That's what I saw hurt my friends because they were not exposed too much. And what I was exposed to, they downplayed. Yeah. So Wood, you 17-year-old Wood is going to this school or going here, right, trying to advance himself. Right? He come back to Gainesville. His homeboys in Gainesville like, oh, you corny, Wood, you soft. You black, you lame. And now when your mom say, hey, you want to go back there? You like, nah, man, I ain't going back over there. Man. You tripping, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? When mom didn't live life. Right. So mom know the future. You worry about dudes who gonna be sweeping trash in about 3-4 years. All right. You see what I'm saying?
The negative influence. Yeah.
Negative influence, and that's what the Tuck Project is. If my number one advice to parents is to expose your kids to as much as possible and talk to your kids. Put your phone down. Get off social media real quick and put your phone down and talk to your kids and spend time with your kids. Make them talk to you because you have to see what's in little Johnny's head, how little Johnny thinks.
This next section I want you to touch on real quick, and it's really about a message to your younger self.
Right.
Out of all the stuff that you done been through, out of all the things that you done overcame, all the negative things that you saw, positive things that you saw, things that discouraged you, things that encouraged you, all that stuff. What message right now, real quick, right now, that you would give to your younger self?
I would say to stop worrying about, first of all, stop worrying about your speech impediment. You know, that was one of my biggest imperatives growing up. That I was, I was just like, oh man, if I get in front of these people, I'm gonna start stuttering, man. They're gonna pick at me. Oh my God, you know what I mean? Like that stopped me from so many opportunities, bro. Because I became my biggest critic, literally my biggest enemy. When everybody else saw it in me, you know what I mean? Right. Like I said, man, you gotta go. You tripping. And my mind, I'm thinking like, nah, I ain't, you know what I mean? You know, I'm not getting picked at. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Right. And just to have confidence in yourself, sure, and know that it's all about where you can take yourself. Like, we have all the intangibles. We have all the tools, bro. Like, we have all the tools. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how it felt when you was on the practice squad, right? And but nobody believed in you. You know what I'm saying? Now you running 99-yard, you know, touchdowns. You see what I'm saying? Like, but it took that person that's deep down inside of you that nobody sees throughout the day. Nobody nobody sees that person. That's the person that you got to talk to every single day. Say, man, come out of me. You know what I'm saying? Self-confidence, man. Come out of me. Like, show the world what we made of, man. Despite your limitations. You know what I mean?
And once you tap into that person, once you tap into that person, man, greatness is right there.
Man, I'm talking, man, it's gonna ooze out of you. Ooze, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, let me tell you something, man. In abundance. Yes, you couldn't tell you know what I mean, me when I was 14 years old, that I'd be sitting here, literally, me and you right now talking like this.
Absolutely.
No, this wasn't my idea of you know what I mean, success. My idea was playing football, whatever, doing something that literally did not make me talk, because that took the shine off me talking. I mean, if I can score a touchdown, score a basket real quick, oh, we love you. You know what I mean? Now I give you like 2 little words. Thanks, dog. Boom, boom, boom. Right? That don't require a lot of talking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it took me to come out my comfort zone.
Yeah. What we got to do, just us as a community, as a whole, parents, mentors, teachers, just people just in the community as a whole, man. What we have to do is start feeding these kids with more encouraging words.
Right.
And encouraging them in the midst of their shortcomings, because we all have shortcomings and we all have some type of insecurities that's stopping us from growing as a person. You know, just like you used the example from, you know, your speech impediment. When I was younger, I couldn't read that well. So what I did was I acted fool in class so that the teacher wouldn't call on me in class to be able to read. I started fighting right quick. Just go just so I could read.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it seems like what you said earlier, we have to start communicating effectively to our kids, so that we can understand what it is. Work with them on a daily basis. Expose them to different things, and you'll see what their shortcomings are. And as you see what their shortcomings are, what you can do is continue to push them.
Right.
Push them. You understand? Okay, look, Coty can't read that well. Well, we need to give Coty a tutor, whether he like it or not. Let's go ahead and give him a tutor, because you understand? Because it's like that will slow you down, man, and you get picked out in school and like things like that, and then you end up not wanting to go to college just because of that one little shortcoming that could have easily been fixed. You know what I'm saying? Easy could have been fixed.
Like we run around the whole problem. Like, you take miles around the whole problem, right? You take a mile detour.
Right.
When 10 steps will get you to your victory.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like 10 steps, like you're going a mile detour around the world with 10 steps, but those 10 steps makes you uncomfortable.
You got to get comfortable with being
there you go. You got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And you have to believe in yourself and know that God will not let you down. And you are not in this position alone.